Today about a question involving a driver's license. It's the Law and You, featuring attorneys Greg Fellerman and Ed Saramboli. Guys, great to see you today.
Good to see you, Dave.
Well, Ed, we got to give your wife the props. I saw it on the weekend. She was there at the Nutcracker Ballet, Dorothy Dixon Dart Center, Wilkes University. Nice job.
Oh, Mrs. Saramboli was dancing.
I was expecting you to throw the tutu on and hit the stage too. But
no, they all did a fantastic job, the whole performance.
It was a great show. Yeah. My kids loved it as well. Now, our question today, we will get to it. It is about a driver's license. This is from Gia in Wilkes-Barre. My daughter just got her driver's license, and I am worried about my insurance rates going up and being responsible if she causes an accident. What can I do to protect myself? Is there anything Gia can do here to help save herself?
Well, Gia, there is, and I have two teenage boys. Both of them are now driving, and what you can do is you could put Gia on her own separate policy. And if you put her on her own separate policy, then that is going to protect you in the event that Gia does get involved in a motor vehicle crash. However, that does have some downside to it. It's going to limit the available coverage to Gia in the event that she's involved in a crash that's not her fault. I'll let Greg talk a little bit more about that. But, you know, you really got to sit down. I would strongly suggest you talk to a lawyer and just get some advice on this, because it's not just as simple as putting her on her own policy. There's a lot of things you need to consider on this.
Yeah, my daughter Elise is going to be 16 in a couple months, so that's something that I'm actually considering now. But what Ed says about putting on your own policy does give you the protection you're asking for for the question. But what you want to do is, a couple things. It's going to be probably more expensive to put her on her own policy, and then the limits of coverage, because she'll only have one vehicle on the policy. So what happens is, in a situation where there's uninsured or underinsured motorist coverage, there would only be one policy to attack for coverage if she was in an accident that wasn't her fault. So that's some of the things you're thinking about when you're making these decisions. But it's an important decision, and you need to consult with an attorney, and then also sit down with your agent. Your agents are very knowledgeable and can give you the best advice for them, in conjunction with your legal advice and the cost analysis to figure out what's best for you and your family.
It always gives parents a headache when the child starts to drive, and I'm sure there are other parents in the same boat.
Yeah.
If they need your legal advice, how can they reach you?
They can call us at 570-714-HURT or see us on the web at 714hurt.com.
And what we do, we do this all the time. We tell people, send us your declaration page, and we'll be more than happy to give you a 15-minute consultation. We can answer all these questions for you. And at the end of it, we'll be able to tell you whether it makes sense to put Gia on her own policy or keep Gia on your policy.
Results matter. Attorneys Greg Fellerman and Ed Saramboli. Guys, thanks. We'll see you next time.
See you tomorrow.
PAHomepage.com or the Law and You hotline are open.